Hey, good morning, and welcome to the Simply Irresistible broadcast with Yolanda Lewis, the intentional entrepreneur. That's me. And I'm glad you're here today. I'm excited, of course, as always, because let's see, I got to get my sound effects going on. Here we go. So we are here today. We're excited as always, right? I love those sound effects. Okay, so tonight or today rather, we're talking about the ways that you can make time to be authentic in your marketing. That's so important because people now more than ever are looking for the real you. They're looking for the you that's going to show up and really be about helping them solve their problem, right? Because that's what authors do. We help others solve problems. Say it with me. We help others solve problems. So if you are just joining in, go ahead and drop some rockets and some fire below because that lets me know you are here, you are ready to learn and to share as we dive into this particular topic. So one of the ways that you can make time to be authentic in your marketing is to actually take the time to prepare, right? So you don't want to just get on there just on the whim, right? People say, hey, get on, do more live videos, get out there so people know that you exist. All of that is great. But if you don't have a method to the madness, if you don't have a reason why you're going live, if you don't have a reason why you are jumping on to share anything, which really should be connected to the problem you solve, if you don't prepare that in advance, you're going to get stuck in saying the worst thing that you could ever say, which is, buy my book. Right now, go buy my book. And you don't want to position it in that way. You want to be able to position your marketing, your programs, your offer ladder in a way that is irresistible because it touches the exact need that your audience has. And the only way you can do that and be in touch with the exact need is to prepare what you're going to say in advance. Okay? Prepare what you're going to say in advance. The other thing that you can do in terms of taking time to be intentional and automated in your marketing efforts is to actually schedule them. So some of the ways that help to keep me on point with showing up is that I schedule things in advance so that I have to show up because I already told people I'm going to be there. It's almost like the RSVP, right? When you pre-schedule your live or you schedule your live, because that is the schedule. But when you schedule your live, you're essentially telling everyone, I am committing to showing up at this time, and so I need you to be present so that I can serve you and the greater good of whatever topic it is that you're discussing. However, if you don't say you're going to show up, right? You don't give yourself that level of personal accountability by pre-scheduling it. You just say in your head that you're going to do it. You might not show up. Why? Because life happens. Right now we're in the middle of a pandemic and we have kids at home doing homeschool. Some are going to school and there's just a whole lot of change happening in the world. So you might get called in to pick up your child because they are now sick. Or you might need to go and help your child with school assignments in the middle of what should have been your scheduled live time. So you want to be sure to schedule it so that you are accountable to that time and block it off. And when you're doing that with life happening around you, you can schedule to where, all right, I know my kids are in class at this particular time. That's when I'm going to go live, right? Or I know my kids are at school at that particular time. That's when I'm going to go live. You can't prevent emergencies. You can't prevent happenstance, but you can be the best prepared as possible. And that has to do with your time. Everything about being prepared has to do with your time. Good morning. I see folks joining in. I'm glad you're here. Shoot me out some rockets. Shoot me out some rockets and some fire. Let me know you're here and you're ready to listen and ready to learn and ready to share. All right. I told you guys I wouldn't sing, but every now and then I do that. And when I do, you have to just do this. All right. If you can't crack your own self up, you're in trouble. So what we're talking about today is how you can be intentional and automated and authentic in your marketing efforts. And one of the ways I already shared was to be prepared with what you're going to say in advance. Be prepared with what you're going to say in advance. The next thing you want to do is actually schedule the time, because that commits you and your audience, it commits them to showing up on your behalf too. Because the worst thing in the world is to get on and talk to no one. Now, the first time you do it, you're going to talk to no one. That's kind of how this goes, because you're building, right? Especially if you're building from scratch, which is okay, but you're building. So you're going to sometimes talk to no one in that beginning phase. But as you develop your brand and as you develop your messaging so that people know and can trust that what you're sharing is actually valuable to them, that they can actually take what you share and actually implement it that day even. All of the things that we share in the Simply Irresistible broadcast, you can take and actually implement it that day if you're brave enough. And I challenge you to do that. So that is the point. You want to be able to share so much value that they can take that information and make use of it that day. All right? That's the goal in you being able to show up and still be authentic, because the authenticity comes in you being yourself and then you sharing invaluable information that they can use right away. That is the key to being and staying authentic. Good morning, folks. I see y'all chiming in. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad you're here. So we're talking about authentic marketing and how to still be authentic and automate in the process, all right? So the authenticity, I'll just repeat what I said. It comes in two ways. It comes in you being yourself, and you, hey, good morning, Carlotta. You being yourself, okay? And you giving invaluable information. That's what makes you irresistible. That's the secret sauce right there. You giving invaluable information. That's what makes you authentic. That's what keeps you in that authentic space. So everything else that you do around that is really just preparation to make sure it gets done. That's it. That's it. It's really, really simple to make sure that people feel like they're getting something out of it. That is the worst thing in the world, to just be on there. I tell you, just be on there saying a bunch of nothing. You've seen those kind of lives. And what do? The videos, posts, all that. What do? Scroll right on by. And how can you make impact if they don't stop their scroll? You can't. You're not going to be able to make the impact that you want to make if they don't stop their scroll. So in order for them to stop their scroll, you've got to show up authentic. If it's got to feel like you in person, right? In person has to feel like you, on video has to feel like you, in whatever post you're saying, like actual verbiage you're typing out. It's got to feel like you in person. Whatever pictures you're posting, it should look like you, right? And then if you lost weight, that's okay. If you have makeup on or not makeup on, that's okay too. It should still feel and look like you. That is the authenticity. And so long as you never lose that, you can automate the mess out of anything. And you need to automate it, because you're not going to be able to serve all of your clients when they need you and show up for the people who you are trying to nurture. You're not going to be able to do that if you don't automate the process. You're going to find yourself stuck in stress. Anybody want to be stuck in stress? No. Let me see if I have a sound effect for that. Hold on. Let's see. No sound effect for that. But I will say, when you're not stuck in stress, it feels like this. All right, I'm sorry. I'm silly sometimes, okay? You guys know that by now, but I'm a little bit silly. I'll always give you good information, but I might be silly while I do it, okay? All right, so that being said, I want you to know that you can still be authentic and serve your audience with automation, okay? Because here's the thing. If you commit to showing up in a video, a live video, what have you, your client appointments can be built around that. But if you don't schedule in advance those kind of things and automate that part of the process, you're going to find yourself stuck in stress. And when you're stuck in stress, you're not being impactful. You're not going to impact anybody's life if you're stuck in stress, if you're not organized, if you're not strategic, if you are not intentional about the way that you serve authentically. Okay? Alrighty, so that's all I had for you today. I wanted to share with you the fact that the authenticity comes in two ways: you being yourself and you providing invaluable information, and then you being able to take the time to automate that process. Set up your funnel, okay? Set up your pre-scheduled lives. Well, scheduled lives. I don't know why I keep saying pre-scheduled, because it's one and the same. But setting up your scheduled lives, all right? You don't need to go live every day. You don't. You do need to go live at least once a week, but you don't need to go live every day. All right? And then knowing what the heck you're going to say. And what you're going to say should be connected to the problem that you solve. So that always the call to action, in the call to action, there's a pivot right to your funnel. There's a pivot right to your Facebook group. There's a pivot right to some type of action that your audience can take to get more information. And not just get information, use the information that you're giving them. That's the key. Because when they use it, then they'll see the value. When they see the value, they'll be back for more. It's a promise. And that is how you stay and be simply irresistible. All right? So if that helped you out today, go ahead and give some rockets and some fire, because that lets me know that you got it. That lets me know this was good to you. And that lets me know, too, that I'll be looking for you to use this information. I'll be looking for you to share and in your way the authenticity and share the invaluable content and automate that thing so that you can have a rhythm, right? You want to have a rhythm. Show me your grooves. You might want to drop it in a GIF where you show me your grooves, your rhythm, okay? We're talking about creating a rhythm for your author business. That's what we want to do. Hey, good morning, Rob. That's what we want to do. We want to create a rhythm, all right? And in that rhythm, it should always feel like you. In that rhythm, it should always be invaluable content. You feel me? Are you digging me? Are you digging me? Look, let me see if you're digging me. If you're digging me, we got this. Let me see, we got pull up. I know I have way too much fun doing this, but I love this stuff. All right, so it should be you. Always. That's what's authentic. You. Give the people you, okay? And automate the mess out of that thing. Now, if you have not, I know I see some author bosses up in the building, but if you have not joined the Author Boss Academy, you need to join the Author Boss Academy. And not just because I said so, but I've got plenty of testimonials from the author bosses that completed the program to say that it was truly, truly amazing. All right, so you want to take part in that because it's going to help you to organize what you have. So if you want the Author Boss Academy information, want to know if it's a good fit for you, go ahead and drop me an extra, let me see, what should I do? Drop me books. That's how I'll know this is for you, okay? And that's how I'll know to go ahead and comment in the Author Boss Academy link, because I want you to have that and so be a part of that, and you'll thank me later, I promise. I promise you will thank me later. You'll be so much more organized. You'll be so much more focused. You'll know that your book, there's so much more to it, and you'll know how to actually put that together. There's so much more to it. You'll know how to put that together in a way that makes people grovel and just can't resist getting to you so that they can build out their own profitable business, their own change and transformation in their life. They can take the steps to actually do that, which is the whole reason why you wrote your book in the first place, right? It's the whole reason why you did that. All right. So let's help them. That's what we're here to do. I'm here to help you so you can help all of your people. That's how this goes. All right. So help me to help you by going ahead and joining the Author Boss Academy. All right, Author Boss. All right, Authorpreneur. Okay. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you showed up. Thanks for joining. And that's it. I just want you to join the Author Boss Academy. That's the only call to action today. Author Boss Academy. Of course, if you know authors that are in need of this kind of information, join them in the, invite them to the group so they can join and get this information too, because there's enough. I don't have no kind of anything about who gets what, right? There's room enough to serve everyone. And if each of us are taking charge of our specific area, of our specific genre and our specific target audience, then the world becomes a better place, right? Together, we're changing the world when you put in order, right, in your offer ladder, your book and your message and how you help people change their life. Okay, now I could talk about this stuff all day, but I won't. I'm going to let you get back to your day. Use these tips into your week. Okay, when you're going live, you only need to go live once a week. That's it. Nurture that audience in a private Facebook group. Okay, and automate it. All right. All right. Take care. See y'all real soon.